Welcome back to Breaking Bricks, my friends. I'm your host, Neil. This is week 2 of the Sith Temple on Malacore. You know, we are constructing our base. We have quite a bit more work to do, and I'm hoping to get quite a bit more of that done today. Hopefully, this will be the last of the work. If not, we will shoot for next episode to finish it up, and we can start the work on the temple. I've got a lot of great ideas for this temple on how to put it together. I've been thinking about it probably for about 6 months totally now, and the more I think about it, the more I kind of want to do it. I think the trick is going to be at the top, simply because I'm hoping to add mechanics to it. We'll see how well that works out. You know, it's going to be a test and error kind of deal. I'll either be able to pull it off or I won't. We'll just have to figure it out. On top of that, you know, I am trying to restore some of the collectible sets that I have had over the years. I use them for parts at this point now because I used them for different builds, and then I just ended up putting them in sorted part bins. Now I want to bring a few of those sets back. I am in a bigger Lego room and have been now for about a year, and it's time to kind of fill these walls with these missing Lego sets I've been kind of wanting to return. We did Jabba's Palace last week, and hopefully I got another set next week for you. Time will tell, and we are doing this Sith Temple. Hopefully I can get this thing done and working and every little bug worked out, because, you know, when you're able to do that, it just kind of makes you feel like you've got something accomplished. And that's what I'm going for, something big, and I'm hoping to share it with all you out there. So without further ado, let's get to working on this temple. All right, my friends, we are back at it again. We are going to continue on with these bases because we can't build a temple until these are complete. And they're only going to be so far completed. We'll be able to build the temple at a certain point. Simply because on the outer edge of this, I'm thinking about, you know, crater holes. I think it'll set off really well. And, you know, this was a war zone at one time. So crater holes make sense to me. So we're going to add those. And there's a lot of debris around the temple. So we got a lot of that to put in, a lot of that to think about. There's just a lot to it. And none of that can be done until we finish and get these bases kind of up to par. So the reason why we build these the way we do is simply because it makes it easier for transport. It allows me to carry these things from one room out the door into a car, or however we're moving these, driving to where we are, get them out of the car, get them set back up, slide them back together, finish it up, and enjoy my day. So hopefully this will go together just like they have in the past. You know, we are only going so high with this, and let's just get started. All right, so we're going to continue on for where we left off last week. With the outer edges, the snap pieces will keep it all locked together. 6 different sections forming one big section. So out of curiosity, how many pieces do you think I've used so far? Overall, it can get quite monotonous. But once we get past this stage, the rest will move forward pretty quickly. As you can see, I've kind of got it color coordinated. This way I know what section goes to what section. Not that I couldn't tell anyway, but and we are going to begin to put in the wiring, as well as all the plate work. Each section has its own hookup unit. And then I'll come back later on and decide whether I need it or not. It's better to have it, not need it, than to need it and not have it. And like always, as I always start in the middle. It's the furthest out, it's the easiest to reach. Or the hardest to reach, I should say. Hardest to easiest.
Overall, the green sections I don't think you'll see. They'll be covered up by the temple itself. I'm just kind of inlaying the dark grays there just in case you see underneath the plating. But I don't think you will. Now putting these pieces in, this is where my brick count really starts to increase quickly. But as it goes together, it starts to lock. It hits a point where I can pick these things up. I won't have a problem. So moving these from one room to another will be pretty easy. Hopefully. Knock on some wood. Alright, here's a question for you. Are you going to get that Lego Death Star, $1,000? Put that down in the comments below and let me know. Is it worth your money, your time, and why? Alright, so as I get close to running out of time here, I know I won't get this done today, but I definitely will in the next video.
Well, my friends, we've taken it as far as we're going to take it this week. We've actually gotten quite a bit more accomplished on our building platforms here. As you can see, I've already pushed them all together here. And when we get the up close, I'll show you what I'm doing here. We've got it all wired up for lighting. We've got our smoke machine ready to go. I should say geyser, because that's really what it is, a smoke geyser, not a smoke machine. Well, it is a machine, but let's get away from that right now. All right, so as you can see, I've got these platforms in here. These colors are starting to disappear, and that's because that's just filler brick. But I have used green plates on the inside here to save my dark gray plates for other things later on. You're not going to see this. That's the nice thing about that. So that's why I use it inside here, because right now it's just blocked to take the space that I need it to take. And this is our building surface. And this thing is solid. I can pick these pieces up and move them someplace else without having any type of problem. And once again, they are locked together. They don't move. I can pop the pieces off the tabs. I've got markers on here to show me where everything's at. So let's go ahead and take an up close look. All right, what we're looking at here is this blue tab. The blue tabs represent the different sections in joining. And the green, the teal green tabs tell me where it splits as well. There we go. We can see it a little better there. So the split tells me exactly where it's coming apart. And we'll go up to this one, as you can see. And it just continues on down. That's what keeps this thing together. Now the side pieces, as you can see, also have a blue tab. Eventually when I move this, that blue tab will turn into whatever color I use to decorate the sides of this with. So not only can I build off the top, I can also build off the sides. All the way around. And as you can see, I've gotten quite good at hiding the hole where the wiring comes out. Blue tab where they come apart. And in here, the two different sections that are coming together, you see that little wire here. These are where they connect. I keep them kind of positioned within that area, simply because when I take that apart, those will pull a little bit out both directions, out of both sections of this, and it'll allow me to take it apart and put it back together when I get it moved. And that's how I've been doing this for the last couple years. All right, so my plan at this point is to kind of keep the main sections around the outer border kind of open. I've got this here not with, because I've got a cable here for wiring. This will come out the back side of the smoke machine here and go straight up. I will also equip this with a motorized fan here that'll blow cool air inside. The reason why I do that is because this is a smoke machine. It gets hot. You want to keep it somewhat cool, or otherwise it's going to cook itself, and we don't want that. So there's not much left to say here for today. But if you like what you saw here today, go ahead and hit that like button. It lets me know I did a good job, and it helps the algorithm suggest this kind of content to anybody out there that might be interested in it. Of course, if you got a good idea for this build, a future build, maybe something I'm working on in some other video, or just got a good question, put that down in the comments below. I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And of course, we cannot grow here as a family unless you hit that subscribe button. It takes you a mere half a second, but for me, it means an awful lot. It really does. And I'll see you here next time on Breaking Bricks.